We're on another storm watch this weekend.
Yeah, and another day of rain in the valley. This is what it looked like in Sacramento this afternoon, with rain coming down pretty hard at times. And up in the Sierra, dangerous driving conditions. We'll have a live look from our crew along Interstate 80 coming up later in the show. And the hail is also coming down today. This is from Sacramento at around 2:30. And a tornado in Sacramento County. After looking at evidence and talking to witnesses, the National Weather Service confirmed the EF0 tornado touched down near Rancho Seco Park yesterday afternoon with peak winds of 80 miles per hour. Thankfully, no one was injured.
Some good news, though, for people living in the Wilton area. The Sacramento County Office of Emergency Services lifted the evacuation order this afternoon. A warning, though, is still in place for Wilton, along with Rancho Murrieta, Harold, and Dillard Road. River levels remain very high and more rain is coming through the area. The county wants to remind residents returning home that moderate rain and winds are expected this week. Monica will have more on that for you. Conditions can change rapidly. Those returning home or venturing out onto the roads should remain alert for flooding and road conditions. Emergency response and maintenance crews are still working to clear those roads and restore outages.
And in San Joaquin County, Woodbridge Road is closed east of Highway 99 because of localized flooding. That's also where the Arbor Mobile Home Park is located. Residents there were forced to evacuate their homes at around 9 this morning. Crews with the Lodi Fire Department and San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office were on site all day to help evacuate those residents and to try to divert some of those floodwaters. Deputies have blocked off that mobile home park and are asking people to avoid driving in that area.
An evacuation order was issued in Stanislaus County overnight. Residents in parts of Patterson are being asked to leave because of the rising San Joaquin River. Here's a look at the area. This is for people who live east of Elm Avenue between Del Puerto Creek and Fig Avenue along the river there. You can find updates by calling the number at the bottom of your screen or going to @StanEmergency on Twitter. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods. Monica, are we finally going to get a break from these storms anytime soon?
Well, we're finally going to wrap up the series of storms which started back in the end of December. So today we picked up anywhere from about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of rain. Some locations, though, with those very isolated thunderstorms that rolled through, closer to 3/4 of an inch of rain. Now, you can see the moisture is still working its way in from the coast. Most of the lightning has since died down. So we are in for some quieter weather in terms of the thunderstorms, but still have some areas of some moderate rain falling throughout the valley and the foothills. Snow a little bit higher up as we head into the Sierra. Once again, it's going to be a holiday weekend and big travel delays coming into the Sierra. That continues all the way up towards Plumas County, Sierra County. So be aware, this winter storm warning that continues for some areas through Tuesday, with mountain impacts being 1 to 3 feet of new snow, wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and dangerous travel. North of I-80, it's a winter weather advisory in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Travel delays 1 to 5 inches of new snow. Moving on to those river monitoring locations along the Sacramento River, Ord Ferry still at that above flood stage for the forecast. Everything else has started to recede slightly. That even with some of the rain that came in for today. Cosumnes River at Michigan Bar. Look at this. What a great forecast this is. It's going to go well below even monitor stage by the time we head through the week, because that's when we get that break. But for tonight into early tomorrow, it's still rain in the valley, snow in the Sierra. So our hour by hour forecast, well, we're still going to hear that rain coming in and gusty winds as well. Wind gusts up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour. More on the bigger break in the wet weather coming up.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. Thanks, Monica. There were multiple rescues of people trapped in homes and cars overnight in Calaveras County, which saw significant flooding in the last 24 hours. Take a look here at some of these photos of Valley Springs and La Contenta from Calaveras Consolidated Fire District. As you can see, there are people stranded in a truck bed and even on top of a vehicle there on a flooded roadway. Flooding on the floor of a local hardware store, and you can see here people being pulled out of waist-high water. Officials urging people not to drive on flooded roads.
There's going to be a tragedy if people don't start adhering to the road closure signs. We've gotten lucky so far, and luck can only go so far. So please do not go past road closure signs.
Turn around, don't drown. That's what we've heard over and again. Officials have deactivated the emergency evacuation center at the Calaveras County Fairgrounds. The shelter remains on standby.
And one of the biggest restoration efforts in history is just about complete. Just a handful of customers remain without power, as we can see on SMUD's outage map there on your screen. The utility says all storm-related outages have been restored. The unprecedented storms and hurricane-force winds toppled power lines and trees, leaving hundreds of thousands without power for days. And we just want to give you guys a reminder, this is a great time to download the ABC 10 app. You can track lots of local weather conditions there.